Everyone. So in the last video we wrote one hello world program and we accepted input from the user console, and so I will extend that program only, but I will introduce 1 2 3 more functions today. So let's have a look what I will explain today. So I will explain about str function, int function, float function, len function and format function. So we will do this by writing a Python script so that we can understand all the things better. So let's minimize this screen. So I will create a new file. After creating a new file, first thing we will do is we will save the file. So I will save it in this folder. Let's give a name of formatting. I can't think anything more I cannot think anything more productive than this right now. So let's give it formatting as the name. So I will start with a script and I will explain everything that I am typing. So first of all, I am typing three quotes in Python. 3 double quotes is used for multi-line comment. So I can write here comment that will be not executed, that will be escaped by the Python interpreter. Python interpreter will know that this is a comment and it will not execute that. So this is used just for documentation, so that whenever you are providing the script, the end user can understand what we are doing. So in this script we will learn about four most useful inbuilt functions. So the functions that we are going to learn about, let's give the names also. Str, then len, then int, float and format. Actually it is not 4, it is 5. So we will learn about 5 most useful inbuilt functions. So to end the multi-line comment, we have to repeat the same process, just give 3 double quotes. So only this part that I am showing, this part is the commented section. Everything else the interpreter will execute. So let me create one variable and I will give a floating point number here, and let us create another variable that will convert the floating point to integer, and the third function will convert it into floating point. So C and A should be equal, as A is also a floating point number and C is also the same number. So conversion should give the same result in both of these cases. So after that I will create a variable, string variable of string data type, and I will give name John, and I will calculate the length of the string using len function. So see what all the functions are doing. So int function will convert the float value to int, and float function will convert, if I give here an integer value, it will convert it into float, or otherwise if it is already a float function, it will be same. So the name variable that we have created is of data type string. So string, I can calculate the length of the number of characters in a string using the len method. So this length will be 4 here, because there are 4 characters in the string. After that, let us print all the things. Like value of a equal to, then after equal to, what you have to do is, if you give simply type a here, it will throw an error, because it will this print function only accepts string value. So what you have to do is, you have to convert it into string. To convert any value into string, we use str function. Let's copy it. Four times, and now I will give here b, here also b, then c. Basically we are just printing all the values. In case of name, we don't need to use the string function, because it is already a string. Then one more print function we can write, that will print out the length of the string. So this is what the program will do now. It will print all the values. Okay, so let us save and let us run this program. You can see that all the values are printed correctly. The value of b is 13, because we have converted the floating point number into integer. Let's write some more code. So x equal to, now what I will do is, I will take input from the user and I will convert it into integer. So I will show you how to take integer input from the user. So if you simply write input without this int function, it will the input will be string. Again we have to convert the string to int. So to do it in one line, we can directly type int here, and in this thing we can type enter an integer. After we type that, make sure to close all the quotes, all the parentheses, sorry, and let me copy this thing 2 times. Now what I will do here is, I will take floating point numbers as input, decimal values, and at last I will take integer string input. Okay, so now I will print all the values, but this time I will not print using this str method. This time I will use the function format. Let me do it first, then I will explain. Okay, so what the format function is doing is that we have declared open and closing curly braces here. So in this position it will put the value, like this x will be, the value of x will be outputted in this position. So if I input the value of x as 5, so the x will be equal to 5. This part will be executed, but it will fetch the curly braces will indicate the Python interpreter to fetch the value from this for under the parameter that are present under the format method. So like this all the other threes also do. And let's print the length of x or the length of z. Sorry, we have to print the length of z. Now to print the length of z, what I will do is I will type len, then I will pass z. So we can do like this. Inside a function we can pass another function, and inside that we will pass the value. So if I do length of z, what it will give, if the number of characters in z is 5, it will, the length of z will return 5. So format will contain 5, and it will throw this 5 in here. Here it will throw this 5. So the length of z equal to 5 will be the output. Okay, so let's run this much. Okay, so it is asking for an integer. Let me type 5. It is asking for a decimal value. Let me type 23.04. and it is asking for a string. Let me type John, and see all the things are printed successfully. So the number of characters in John is 4, so the 4 is printed, and all the other values are also printed successfully. So now what I will do is I will close the ideally, and I will write some more code. So I will show you how to use the format function if you want to print more than one values. Like here I have only printed only one values, but you must know that you can print more than one values using the any number of values you can print using the format function. So to do that, I will copy one of these print statements. Value of x equal to parenthesis and z. So here just you have to pass two parameters. The first parameter will go to this one, this parenthesis, the first parenthesis, and the second parameter will go to the second parenthesis. You can adjust this parenthesis also, but I will tell this later. So how to adjust? So let me take this and print 2 times. So here you can type the index of the parameter. So this is 0th index and this is first index. So if you type 0 here and if you type 1 here, the x will be printed in this position and z will be printed in this position. And if you do this oppositely, like 1 here and 0 here, and of course you have to change this thing because it will give incorrect result. So we are passing the value of z to the first position and the value of x to the second position. So like this we can use multiple parameters. We can keep going on adding more parameters to this format method, and we can do this process. And remember one thing, the index value matters. If you don't use index like here, it will by default go on one after another. Like first parameter is x, so it will put x here, and first parameter is z, second parameter is z, so it will put z here. But if you this line is actually useless, because the above line will do the work that this line does, but I have still wrote it to show that it will give same output. And here you can reverse the order of the parameters by giving the correct ID. So if you want to print the second ID in the first position, you have to pass 1, and if you have to print the first ID in the second position, you have to pass the corresponding ID. The ID starts from 0 and goes until n minus 1. So if there are n parameters, so it will start from 0 and it will go to n minus 1. So let me save this file and let me run. So in my other window it has opened. So enter the integer, enter an integer, it is telling. So I will enter 23 and 23.04, and string I will enter my name. See, here actually it printed correctly. So this name it printed. So this sequentially it printed. Here also it printed sequentially, but here at the last we have changed the order, right? So x will be at the second position, like 0 will be at the second position, and z will be at the first position. So like this. So we have interchanged the order here, so it is printing in this form like this. So z is actually the string, so we can print the string first and then we can print the x value. If we don't pass here the parameters like this and save the file, it will give wrong output. Let me close this. and let me rerun. See, it is asking for values, so let me give the old values only. Same, I haven't passed the z is actually containing the string, so z should be the string, not x, but as we haven't specified the indexes, it is by default taking sequentially. First it is taking x, then it is taking z, but we want to print first z then x, so we have to add 1 here and we have to add 0 here. If we now save and if we now execute, it will give the same output as it was running before. It will not give the incorrect output as it executed last time. Last time we got z equal to 23 and x equal to Shubham. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. So hope you guys like this video, and so today I told a little bit about these functions. Hope you guys have understood. Please like, share and subscribe the video and share it with your friends if you found this helpful. And that's all guys for today. I will again meet you soon. Take care. Bye.